go. Alrighty, folks. I am actually just using a new program. This one is actually called Screencast version 2.0, and it's a dual screen. But since I'm using the free version, it only affects as I can do is my own audio, but I cannot have the audio from what is actually going off in the game unless if I have the volume picked up and it picks up on the mic. Actually, dual mics on this one, but still. So it gives a 3D effect. Well, anyways, yeah. For most of you wondering how to get this one particular problem off of your computer, which is MSRTN32 Well, okay. You press Control-Alt-Delete, and you get is the task manager. Alright? I didn't go for like the other things. So you can see that right here, my screencast is actually running, and usually it's actually running down here. Since it's in alphabetical order, you might see it here, but a lot of times you won't. But if you do, this is how you do it. You do is, well, like for, in this case, like Spybot here. You do go here, and you can actually click in task. All right. That's what you first do. And you make sure that all the different programs that's part of that MSRTN32 folder is. Because I had this problem. I didn't know what it was, and I found out, hey, it's a virus, and it pretty much cannot be seen by other things. I even went through the whole entire system to see its signatures, and the only thing it had was, well, it was parts of it was being used using deals by Microsoft. Well, anyways, you end the task through the task manager to click in task. I already deleted it off for a while, so I don't have it up, the virus. Okay, then you go through your little thing here, you know, your Explorer, as it were, your File Explorer, as you want to call it. And I believe it was in, yeah, it was in Program Files. All right, and it was actually up here in the top or so, because in alphabetical order you have the Microsoft Office and the MS Build. So it was like right here, and then you go through that folder, and you just make sure that everything's turned off. So once you do that, then you could actually do is go and delete the whole entire folder as one go. But in case if that won't happen for you, you grab the programs, you make as a new folder, put it in there, just label it as delete or so, wherever you want. And also what is a good thing to do is actually rename the program, because if you rename it, it's already listed of its original name to when to load it back up. Because sometimes things get locked up and it won't, shut off. It'll just keep on restarting. That's what you do. You do is change the name of the program. Because sometimes some of them, they figure out, oh, you just hit it to somewhere else and it reroutes it to that spot. But if you change the name a lot of times, it fucks with it further. And then you can do is like turn it off, your computer, and restart it. And then you will notice that it will, like through Task Manager, it will not be up and running. And then that's when you do is grab the folder and chuck it. Just completely destroy it, permanently delete it. And do it as quickly as possible. And then just run a few different programs. Spybot's actually pretty good. And there's a few others out there like CCleaner. That's good for cleaning up your registry. So basically, you want to run different antivirus programs and bot programs, and also a registry cleaner. Some would say, oh, why not do the have used the antivirus program that's actually within the operating system. Comes with. I'll tell you this. That's a piece of shit. I'll tell you why it's considered a piece of shit. I'm not doubting anything that Microsoft's doing. The thing is that a lot of these viruses that run on basically a Windows operating system, they're targeting Windows, and they're targeting to destroy things that are by Windows and actually to circumnavigate. Even like with their antivirus programs and their firewalls. So you actually have to go online and get some better ones and make sure you have more than one. And some would say, no, all you need is just one antivirus and that's it. Well, think about this. An antivirus only has protection of so much. Let's say it only protects this much. Well, the other virus protector also goes with this much. And then you have another one that does the other two plus a few others, So it overlaps, and yeah, you just run them one after the other because some of these virus programs and anti-bot programs will see each other as bots or viruses. So you have to actually run them in order. Usually what you do is run a bot program first, and then, and make sure it's completely turned off, and then you run, your other program. That's how it works. Sometimes it works the opposite way because I've had some, spy bot type programs that, and virus programs, it was actually best to do was run the antivirus first and then run the bot slash malware program. It searched for bots and malware. Because if I did it the other way around, the antivirus saw was basically my bot slash malware destroyer. I forgot what it was actually called. It was actually a pretty good program back in the day. But yeah, it would actually declare it's a virus or it's a bot. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of the basics. I know some would say, well, Test Manager doesn't really show much like information. Well, that's why you have details. Oh my god, fucking details. It tells you who is the username, its status, the name of the program with the freaking icons next to it. Plus their PID. All right. The CPU, what it's doing, plus its memory. Oh, that's allocated to it. And plus the basic description about what it fucking does. Like you have as an empty kernel and system, which is system. I know you can't really see me doing it with my hand, But yeah. Then you have services. This, again, the different programs. See, each one of these sections you can actually do is go under start. You can actually stop the processes. Things like that. Under detail, let's see. You can also end task there. Under user, that's me. Here's my CPU running. Here's how much memory that's being used. My disks, that is, plus the network, which, again, no network. So, yeah. Then app history, yeah, see, like, here, you can click for it to switch to and all that. And here's a registration of this. Okay, so now you see about what actually Task Manager for Windows 8.1 does. And it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's actually better than Windows 7. I think so, because it has more detailed information. But it's actually still a good place to do is get rid of viruses and other malware that can be shown up through here. Sometimes it can't, but there's other ways of doing it. But a lot of times, if it is running, this is how you do it. But let's say it doesn't run here, but you know where it's at. Do the part of basically changing the name of the programs. Just keep, adding names to it. Like dot whatever. Just fucking change it. Change the extension to a JPEG. That fucks it up. It really does. Trust me, it does. If you change the extension, it'll just run. It'll be resaved as if it is really a JPEG, and it ends up being a fucked up file. And then you can delete it. So it's not actually as bad as what other people have been trying to put fear into you, but it's okay. You can actually do this. It's not that hard to get rid of stuff. I know at the very beginning it will be because you're just learning, but learn on what is actual safe programs and what are the real parts of the operating system, and what really goes on within whatever you have running. If you notice, I have is a lot of, I have some emulators. I have more, but they're on other things. But next time I will do is a game testing of an emulator, and also continue testing is a Screencast version 2.0, the free account version. So, till then, have a good journey.